In the quiet state of Arkansas, a small town awoke to an eerie spectacle on New Year's Day. Nestled in the heart of the state, this quaint place celebrated the close of another year in its typical, unassuming fashion. As the clock struck midnight, fireworks lit up the sky, laughter echoed through the streets, and the community welcomed the dawn of a new year with open arms. But as the revelry faded and the early morning hours crept in, an unusual silence descended upon the town. It was a silence that felt heavy, almost foreboding. The usual symphony of nature was conspicuously absent. The chirping of crickets, the rustling of leaves, the distant hoot of an owl, all were replaced by an unsettling quietness. And then came the discovery. It started with one, then two, then a handful. Fallen starlings, black as night, their tiny bodies lifeless. The sight was as chilling as it was baffling. How could these creatures that once soared the skies now lay motionless on the ground? As dawn approached, the residents would find that this was just the beginning of an inexplicable incident. With the first light of the day, a peculiar sight greeted the townsfolk. It was not the gentle dusting of morning dew or a blanket of fresh snow that met their eyes. No, it was a scene straight out of a Hitchcock film, thousands upon thousands of black starlings lifeless upon the ground. The streets, once pristine and quiet, were now littered with these fallen avian stars, a sight as baffling as it was eerie. The townsfolk awoke to this bizarre spectacle, their morning routines disrupted by the unsettling sight. The usual tranquility of the town was replaced by a flurry of activity as the residents scrambled to make sense of this uncanny occurrence. Their confusion was palpable, a shared bewilderment that permeated the air, thicker than the morning fog. Cleanup efforts were promptly initiated, a communal endeavor to restore some semblance of normalcy. The residents, armed with brooms and a steely resolve, swept their way through the town, their efforts punctuated by the soft rustle of black feathers and the occasional gasp of disbelief. The local authorities were not exempt from this shared confusion. They too were drawn into the heart of the mystery, their initial theories as varied as the townsfolk themselves. Some speculated a violent storm, others a sudden disease outbreak. But none of these theories could fully explain the sheer scale of the incident, the magnitude of the black rain. As the day wore on, the town gradually regained its composure, the streets cleared, and life resumed. But the memory of the morning's strange occurrence lingered, a haunting reminder of the inexplicable event. The town was left with more questions than answers, the mystery of the black starlings as elusive as the birds themselves. As the day ended, the town was left with a chilling mystery and a carpet of black feathers. In the aftermath of the bizarre event, theories started to swirl. In the wake of such an unusual occurrence, it's only natural for people to try and make sense of it. Local townsfolk, scientists, and even internet sleuths all had their own ideas. Some suggested that a sudden change in weather could be the culprit. A freak storm perhaps, or a sudden drop in temperature that the birds couldn't cope with. Others pointed to disease, a fast-spreading virus that could have taken hold of the flock and brought them down in one fell swoop. But these plausible explanations weren't enough for some. The more speculative among us began to propose more outlandish theories. UFOs were mentioned. Could this have been the result of an extraterrestrial encounter? Then there were those who whispered about government experiments. Was this the fallout of some clandestine operation gone awry? Each theory, no matter how seemingly far-fetched or grounded in reality, added another layer to the intrigue. And as the days passed with no clear answers, these theories did nothing but deepen the mystery. With no definitive answers, the theories only deepened the mystery. The incident of the fallen starlings remains an unresolved enigma. This bizarre occurrence, where approximately 5,000 wild black starlings plummeted from the sky in the early hours of New Year's Day, has left a profound mark on the small town in Arkansas. Despite numerous theories and speculations, the truth behind this strange event is still shrouded in mystery. The town, once a quiet and peaceful place, has been forever changed by this incident. The locals now view starlings with a mixture of fear and fascination. They've become a symbol of the unknown, a testament to the many mysteries that the natural world still holds. The incident has also sparked changes in local practices and superstitions. Some residents have even started to consider the starlings as omens, their appearance seen as a sign of impending change or disruption. As we welcome another new year, the memory of the black rain still haunts the town, a chilling reminder of the mysteries that nature still holds.